it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, and today we're also talking about body care, hair care, and makeup. This is a get ready with me shower routine, body routine, makeup and hair care for summertime. It's pretty hot today, but I wanted to kind of glam it up a little bit, but still take things easy. So if you want to know how I achieved this whole thing, stick with this video. Let's get ready together. Give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump right in. So for my shower, I'm starting off with the Odele Sensitive Skin Body Wash. This is great because there's no fragrances in here. It's really gentle, especially if you're eczema prone. To keep my body skin glowing this summer, I've been using the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Scrub. This is a combination of chemical exfoliation from AHA and physical exfoliation from pumice. Really fine exfoliation. And I use this scrub especially on my back where I can get breakouts, the tops of my arms, and even on my legs, just to get the dead skin cells out of my life and any breakouts under control. And I'm still using the Sensitive Skin shampoo and conditioner from Odele. I've been using this now for a couple of months, and I found this to be really nice for the summertime because it's just the right amount of moisture that my hair needs without overdoing it. Bonus, it is fragrance free and really gentle and good if you are prone to eczema on your scalp. Okay, I feel super refreshed and clean. It just always feels so good to get into the shower, especially like on a hot summer morning. So first thing I'm gonna do is put on the Avene Thermal Water Mist, just because as I'm talking through what I'm doing, my skin might start to feel a little bit dry. So that just kind of helps keep my face hydrated while I do a little bit of body care, and then we'll jump right into skincare. Recently, I've been using the Paula's Choice 5% Niacinamide Body Serum before I put on my body moisturizer. I've been testing this product out, and so far so good. You know I love 5% of niacinamide because it helps stimulate collagen, fight fine lines and wrinkles. It's barrier strengthening, it's brightening, and that's really what this product is claiming to do for your body. It's claiming to help even out your skin tone, and I definitely need that because I got a little bit of a tan line from my vacation in Greece, as you can see. So I am trying to even that out just a little bit while also helping to fight the pre-existing sun damage that I do have on my arms. And it's a great treatment for your neck and chest without using up your more expensive and smaller face serums. So I love the texture of this. It's kind of this like airy, kind of like cream gel type of texture. I mean, look at how well that just like sunk into my skin. This is not greasy. This is not like overly moisturizing. It doesn't really have like an oil feel to it at all. It just actually kind of feels like hydrating and plumping on the skin and like really refreshing. So this is the Roche-Posay Lipikar Balm. You know, I love this. It's been in tons of body care videos before. It's really good for my dry skin. Like in any season, this is very nourishing. I have very dry, often ashy skin if I don't take care of it and moisturize well. And this just really seems to do the trick. It really is barrier supportive. There's niacinamide in here and glycerin, and that really helps to strengthen your barrier. No ceramides, but honestly, those other ingredients do have a benefit for the skin. So this really locks in hydration. I'm gonna go change. I'll meet you back here, and we're gonna do some skincare, some hair care, a little bit of light makeup, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, I have clothes on. I'm decent, and before I get into my skincare, I'm going to just quickly put on some hair oil treatment stuff while I let my hair air dry a little bit. I have to be honest with you, I don't blow dry my hair very often at all. I tend to just let my hair air dry because, you know, when you have thick hair, it just takes a really long time. It's just like not worth it. But I am gonna blow dry it today so that we can style it right away. So I am gonna let the air, you know, do a little bit of work before we go with the blow dryer. I'm gonna be using the Inkey List, the Shea Oil Nourishing Hair Treatment. I super duper love this stuff, especially in the summertime because it is a hair oil, which I really feel like my ends do need a little bit of nourishment to stay in healthy and good shape and fight these split ends. But look at this texture. Look how like watery that is. It's super duper watery. It's really light, and it's just not greasy. They've just done something to it that really keeps it nice and light. It's almost like a dry oil type of texture, if you know what I mean. Like it's just not thick and overly rich. And so for the summertime, that's great because I do find I need to, as much as I need moisture, I do need to step it back just a little bit in the summertime. I don't need as much. And so this seems to be just the right amount of moisture, the right weight that does not weigh my hair down. Okay, it's finally time for some skincare, and I'm just gonna be doing like a really like light and quick morning time routine. Nothing fancy happening here. So first up is gonna be the Vegreen alcohol-free Mucin Essence Toner. So I've been super enjoying this because it's got this like really nice kind of like plumping kind of texture. It's got a little bit of body to it, but once it hits your skin, it just like bursts into like deep hydration. It feels really like hydrating and plumping, and I love that in the summertime. I just like to layer on watery, plumping, hydrating skincare. It seems to be what my skin is craving. And I have to tell you, it's been a while since I got out of the shower. I just put a little bit of that thermal water on my face, but like my skin is really not that dehydrated lately. I've been noticing that. It's definitely something that like I just deal with like all the time. It's just that little dry and tight feeling. But I've just noticed lately that like the dehydration is just not as bad as it's been in the past. And I just think all my barrier care, my obsession with ceramides has really paid off. And I really do think that I have strengthened my moisture barrier up quite a bit, where I really can tolerate the 10-15 minutes that it took from the shower with body care, getting dressed, and now doing skincare without like anything besides thermal water on my face, and I was able to handle it. So I'm kind of like, good job, me. And do you see how like quickly that just like absorbs into my skin? I just did a couple of layers really fast, and my skin just feels super like satisfied and hydrated. So I am going to use a little bit of essence today. This is the by Wishtrend Quad Active Boosting Essence. So you know this is an old favorite of mine, and I wanted to add it into my skincare routine because you see I am actually almost to the bottom of the bottle, and I get so satisfied when I empty skincare, so I am motivated to use this up. But I have been noticing just a little bit more like congestion, a little bit more breakouts, nothing too bad, probably just from sweating in the summertime. So I love this essence because it's really light. It sinks into my skin quickly. It doesn't, you know, make it feel greasy. It's not like super thick like a propolis serum would be, but it's got a little bit of propolis, a tiny amount, and lots of willow bark extract, which is a natural salicylate, which just kind of helps with the inflammation and a little bit helps to shed the dead skin cells without pushing my sensitive skin or like overly exfoliating it. And I do find adding a little bit of willow bark into my routine when I'm starting to notice the pimples coming up tends to keep the situation under control. Next up, I'm going to use the Sioris A Calming Day Ampoule. So this is a very thin, hydrating gel texture, and it is really just like a calming serum. It's got calendula and centella in it, and I actually, you know, I've used this before. I've emptied a bottle of it a couple of years ago, and I really liked it. So it's been a while since I've used it, but it's totally like that perfect, light, hydrating, slightly plumping, calming serum that's perfect for summer days. So I am going to use some eye cream today, and this is the First Aid Beauty Hydrating Eye Cream. So I really like this texture because it's almost like, it's kind of like a gel cream type of texture. It's not a straightforward cream. It has a little bit of like lightness and hydration to it, and it does actually seem to plump the under eye quite a bit, and it's moisturizing but not really moisturizing. It just like sinks in so quickly. It plumps the under eye really nicely and kind of creates that smooth base for makeup application, which we're gonna do in a little bit. So you know I was bragging about how strong my moisture barrier is. So I am not using liquid gold this morning. I think it's just overkill. I just don't really feel like my skin is craving or needing it right now. And if I can skip, you know, a step and skip a layer in this heat, that's a good thing. So what I am actually going to do is, because you know I still crave the moisture, is I'm going to mix a little bit of light squalane oil into my moisturizer. So for oil, I am using the Purito 100% squalane oil, and I really like this oil in the summertime because it's very light. It offers just that right amount of moisture, but it doesn't come in like a thicker type of texture. So again, perfect summertime pick. And then I'm going to be using the Cerave moisturizing cream. Nothing super exciting here. I'm just going to put a dollop on the back of my hand and then like 2, maybe 3 drops of oil. Hopefully this doesn't spill, like roll right off my hand because it really is that light. 3. And then here it goes. I'm gonna just kind of like mix that together and then just apply to my face. You don't have to use oil if you don't want to. I just find that my skin always benefits from that little extra bump. And it tends to make your makeup look really nice. It just kind of helps to give you that glowy look. It kind of helps to, if you do have a little bit of maybe dehydration or some fine lines that are it's kind of showing on your face. If you're gonna apply makeup, it's good to like plump out your skin with hydration, add a little bit of extra moisture, because that tends to like kind of fill in the fine lines and kind of plump them out so you get smoother, better makeup application. And I am gonna be doing a lighter makeup today, but these are just some tips that you can use in your skincare routine to make your makeup look even better. So my skin feels like amazing. Like it's really soft on the top. I love that feeling. And it just feels super like satisfied. So before I put on sunscreen, no, I didn't forget, I'm gonna dry my hair first. So I'm gonna blow dry my hair. I'm gonna meet you back here. All right, and like magic, my hair is now dry. It definitely took a lot longer than it looked, but it is dry now, and I'm gonna put on some sunscreen next. So today I'm gonna be using the Roche-Posay Light Fluid Sunscreen. So this is a mineral sunscreen, and it is tinted, and I've actually really been enjoying this. My skin for some reason is just totally on board with mineral sunscreens lately, which is very different for me, but I'm just embracing it. So this really seems to be what my skin is wanting right now, is mineral sunscreens, and I love the tints because I am not walking around with that weird like white/gray cast on my face, which can be kind of embarrassing, let's be honest. So the tint is actually a pretty good match for my skin. I don't find this to get orangey. Do you know how some tinted mineral sunscreens tend to like oxidize on your skin? So it like looks okay when you first apply it and then all of a sudden you look like a Cheeto? Yeah, no good. So this actually, I find, like I said, it really matches my skin tone really nicely, and then it doesn't oxidize, which is really, really nice. It is a little bit, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little bit greasy. It is a little bit, so I'm gonna put some powder on top of this to kind of cut down the greasiness. But all in all, like I said, it kind of evens out my skin tone. It eliminates the Cheeto, the Cheeto look, and it also eliminates the white cast. So I really have been enjoying this. So I do like the tinted sunscreen for my face, but I did stop right at my jawline because I don't like that tint anywhere near my clothes, like on my neck or chest. So I'm just gonna pull my hair back really quickly, and I'm gonna apply some sunscreen on my neck and chest. And the one that I'm using is the Clear Face Sunscreen from Neutrogena. This is SPF 50. So this is a chemical sunscreen, and I did review this last summer. I really like this sunscreen. I like it for my face. I like it for my neck and chest. I'm almost done with this bottle, so I'm pretty motivated to use it up. But I am also using it for my neck and chest because, as I said before, I have been breaking out just tiny little pimples on my chest, and I know it's from all the extra sunscreen that I've been putting there. And you know, if you don't wash it off right away, or if you don't wash it off good enough, it can congest the pores. And so I just find that this one is just a little kinder to my skin. It's a little less greasy. It's a little less like thick and like building up and sticking around on my skin, even though I felt like I washed it off well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I like this one for the décolletage. A lot of people forget the backs of their neck in sunscreen application. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting where the sun might hit the back of my neck. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and do my arms with this sunscreen too, because while it can be kind of expensive to use sunscreen, like a small one like this, on your arms and legs, it is a good way to empty your sunscreens in a good amount of time. And I do actually sometimes get breakouts at the top of my arms too. Somebody recently asked me that on TikTok, how do you use up your sunscreen so fast? And this is how I do it. You know, I just use it for my body as well, because I do find we often forget about our arms, our legs, the tops of our feet, the backs of our necks, chest. You know, we tend to forget that. We sometimes just go right to the jawline. That's something that I did in my early kind of sunscreen journey, as I just kind of forgot about my neck and chest. It just didn't even occur to me. But now I know a lot better. And if you are looking to maybe work through some sunscreens that maybe didn't work out for your face, or you don't really enjoy them a ton, now's the time, you know? Okay, I am all sunscreened up, and now I am gonna really let that just kind of like settle into my skin as I quickly wave my hair. Now, you guys ask me a lot when I have waves in my hair, like, how are you achieving this? And I'll tell you, it's this special iron from Bedhead. This is the Wave Artist, and you can see the shape is for waves. Let's open it up. So it just kind of like clamps down and creates those really beautiful like mermaid waves that I think are so beautiful. They're so summery. I mean, you can wear them year round, of course, but I think they're just absolutely beautiful and a little bit more unique. So the first thing that I did is I just took the top section of my hair and clipped it up. It's easier if you work in sections, especially if you have thicker hair. And then I'm taking like, what is this, like a 2-inch, 1-inch section, just whatever feels right. I'm taking the section here, and this does take a little bit longer than like a normal curling iron. It just takes about like 8 seconds. You don't have to press down too hard. Just clamp it down and then smooth down that strand. And then you get that beautiful wave, you see that? And if you want like a more defined wave, you can hold it down for longer and take smaller sections. But I really like it to have a little bit more of that looser kind of a look. So I'm taking kind of thicker sections, wider sections of hair, and I'm only clamping down, like I said, for maybe about 8 seconds, 5 seconds. And to get that really nice kind of like piecey, beachy kind of look to it, I do not clamp the ends. I leave them out so that you get a little bit more of that kind of like natural, a little bit less like manicured, smoothed down kind of a look. So that's my tip for you on getting more of that mermaidy look. Now, when you get like closer up to the face, especially like the piece here, or like I have my like curtain bangs, which I am going to wave. I would suggest not going like super close to the root, just so that it lays a little bit more elegantly. It's not like super bumped up at the top. So maybe like 1 inch, 2 inches from the scalp. And especially if you have like front layers like this, that's what I would suggest doing, is just like coming down a little bit more. Don't go like real close to the scalp. So yeah, you get the suggestion of a wave, but it's not like, woo, you know what I mean? All right, there you go. It took about 10 minutes. It's not too bad, and that is the perfect amount of time to let the sunscreen dry and get some beachy waves. All right, let's move on to some quick makeup. Okay, so for the makeup look, I just want to do something like really quick, kind of sun-kissed, and just kind of perk up my face. I don't want to wear a lot. And honestly, this tinted sunscreen did a lot of work for me as far as like evening out my skin tone, evening out any redness that I have. I do have some hyperpigmentation here from some pimples. I don't really care about covering them up, honestly. I find that just like the older that I get, the more confident that I get in my skin. I'm just not really wanting to cover every little like flaw or imperfection up, because it's just real skin, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I am going to put on a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes though, because I didn't get very good sleep last night. I did learn a technique recently that has been really helpful for me in the summer, because I do tend to melt a little bit in the heat. And this tip really helps to keep your concealer in place and really help it from kind of creeping into fine lines. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of concealer, and this is the Bare With Me concealer from NYX. So you know I'm obsessed with this. I use this, like I'll use it all over my face, or I'll just use it as a concealer, and today I'm just going to use it as a concealer under my eyes. So I'm just going to do like a small amount on the back of my hand here. That's probably even too much, but this is what we got. And then the tip here to help it from kind of like gathering up in your fine lines is to take a little bit of eye primer and mix it into your concealer. So I am using the Urban Decay eyeshadow. There it is. Eyeshadow primer potion. I put a little bit of it on the back of my hand. You see it's not a lot, and I am just going to mix that together. And then I'm just going to dot it under the eye area. So this just kind of helps to keep it from traveling around. So the eye primer kind of gives it that grippy base. It helps it stick to your skin a little bit better. And then just apply it with your fingers, because that really helps to press it and kind of melt it into the skin a lot better than a brush, because that warmth just really helps the product blend in a lot better. Okay, and that just kind of perked up around my eyes, but the rest of my skin, this is just the tinted sunscreen. Like I said, it doesn't look too bad on camera, but it is a little bit greasy, so I am going to powder the sunscreen down. This is just the Canmake, I think it's called like the special face powder. You know, I use this all the time. It's really inexpensive. It's a J Beauty brand. You can get this like on Yes Style. I think it's on Stylovana. I think it's a really good deal, and it's a good long-lasting powder. It's a translucent powder, so it doesn't add any color to your skin. And this is why it's important to let your sunscreen settle into your skin before you go on with makeup, because with that brush, you might be disrupting the protection if you didn't let it dry properly on the skin. So I'm going to just kind of like brush my eyebrows up a little bit, because I definitely need to get some eyebrow gel on here. I just feel like with any kind of sunscreen application, they just kind of disappear a little bit. So this is the Urban Decay Inked Brow. I like this because it is water resistant and it's sweat resistant too. So if you ever feel like your eyebrows shift when you're sweating in the heat and the humidity, try this one out. I definitely have found it to be like smudge proof, definitely. It claims to be like super long lasting. I don't think so. It lasts like, you know, until you wash your face. It says that it lasts through washing your face. I don't find that to be true. I find that it washes right on off. But when it comes to maybe you're swimming or maybe you're sweating a lot, I do feel like this stays on. So I'm just gonna use a little spoolie to kind of brush through that and just kind of soften up the gel just a little bit before it dries down completely. So I am going to put just a little bit of blush on. I really feel like it just kind of helps liven up the face. This is from Mimi Box. This is the Afternoon Tea blush palette. So there's two blushes and then there is a highlighter in here. And I'm going to use this kind of warmer, almost coral type of blush here. And then just gonna put it kind of like on my cheekbones and blend it into my hair. And this is just to give my skin just that like little flush of color. And then I'm gonna put on a little bit of that highlighter too. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to go right on the cheekbone. I'm gonna go on the brow bone. I'm being really fast here. I'm gonna go right on the tip of my nose. A little bit too much maybe. And then I'm actually just gonna go right across my eyelids, kind of concentrating on the center. Did you see that? And then moving outwards, because that's really where the light hits, is the highest point on your face. So like the center of my lids stick out more than the sides, right? So right in the center there. And then just to soften those lines, I'm just gonna blend with my fingers. These are the best tools God gave you, is just blending out with your fingers just a little bit. There you go. And that just kind of like makes your face pop in a really natural way. Okay, now that my brows are dry, I'm going to use the NYX Control Freak. This is basically just clear brow gel. And I like to use this to kind of help set my brows, kind of like I tease them sort of up. And that kind of helps keep them up and in place. Okay, I'm not gonna do any eyeliner today. I find that that just smudges on me in the heat, but I'm gonna do a little bit of waterproof mascara. This is Bambi Eyes from L'Oreal. And like I said, it is waterproof. I do find this to be, I don't know, I just find it to work a lot better in the heat for me than washable mascara. Curl my lashes, because my lashes do like to go pretty straight, so giving them a little bit of lift before mascara seems to help give a little bit more of that open eye look. Now we learned another trick recently that seems to work pretty good. So if you're somebody who, even if you're wearing like waterproof, you still feel like your mascara is always smudging. And I do find that like with lots of sunscreen on my face, that does tend to be the case. I have been trying out this new trick that I learned on Pinterest, and it seems to be working really well. So what the trick is, is really concentrate your mascara at the base of the lashes, but don't go all the way up through the tips of your lashes. So you're just kind of going from the base to the middle and then stopping. So you're not pulling the comb all the way through. This will take you a little bit more time to work your lashes up when you're not going fully out. But when you don't have a lot of mascara on the tips of your lashes, especially if you have longer lashes, it's less likely to smudge underneath or on the top of your eye. Okay, there you go. So you can still get lift. Like I said, it just takes a little bit more time to work it from the base, but you can still get lift on your lashes, and this works. Like, I was surprised that it was this simple to like stop the smudging of my mascara, but I did this last week, and I had like a really long day. I was like filming some videos, and then I had a bunch of errands to run, and I was like in Kohl's. I was like looking for stuff for my house, and I went past like they had like decorative mirrors, and I was like, oh, I better check and see if like I have raccoon eyes right now. And I looked in the mirror, I was like fully ready to like smear away the like the panda eyes, and it was not. Like, there was no black buildup under my eyes from my mascara at all. I was like really impressed that this actually works. Okay, and finally, I'm just going to finish off with some lip gloss. This is the Fenty Skin Cherry Treat, and this is actually like a lip conditioning kind of oil gloss balm. It's not very sticky at all. It's a little bit thick, but it's like a little moisturizing hug on your lips, and my lips are always dry, so I was actually really surprised that my lips love this formula so much. And there is just a little hint. You see that? It just gave me like a little flush of color on my lips. You could definitely put this on top of another color, a lip color, or even like a lip liner would be really pretty. And that's the look. It is sun-kissed, it's glowy, it's dewy, and it's all about plump and juicy, healthy skin. So thanks for getting ready with me. I am curious if you have any tips and tricks for hot weather from your shower routine, body routine, makeup, skincare. Let us all know in the comments. And all the products that I talked about are always in the description box for easy browsing. If you watched this video all the way through, it was really fun to hang out. You love the vibe, but maybe you are not subscribed to my channel yet. Please, before you take off, consider hitting subscribe. I do release a lot of full-length content. I do shorts like all throughout the week. There's lots of content for you, so don't forget to turn on notifications too, so you can always get your skincare fix. All right, I'm gonna go head out and start my day. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you so much. Bye.